Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our first guest with us today is Lucky Duck. Lucky Duck, we couldn't call her Lucky, or Duck, I guess, Ducky, is a very special kitty. Came into us under very sad circumstances. The owner of these two cats was being evicted from his home, and he unfortunately did not have any way to heat his home, so he created a kind of a barbecue situation where he was burning charcoal in the basement of the home to keep himself warm. And obviously that's not something you're allowed to do or you should ever do. So it really created a bad situation for him and his two cats, and you're going to meet the second one next. But Lucky Duck is part of a pair. The gentleman did suffer some pretty significant injuries, so now he is in the hospital, and we're hoping that he's going to have a positive recovery. But these two kitties are available for adoption. Lucky Duck is very squirmy here. Not too sure about these lights and everything going on. Let's see if I can just rub that chin there. Beautiful green eyes, just love those eyes there. But Lucky Duck is, is a little scared now. So I'm just going to go ahead and let her jump down and play and run around. But these two cats are very lucky that they're alive today. Thanks to the efforts of the Ames Fire Department, they did have to use oxygen on one of the cats to help revive it and make sure that it was getting clean oxygen rather than the kerosene and the charcoal that was in the air when the owner was taken by ambulance to the hospital. So these two kitties will be available for adoption. They are a bonded pair and they do have to be adopted together. We understand that Lucky Duck's probably between 8 and 10 years old from what we were able to gather with the information that we have. And you'll meet the next one just coming up here next. But just a little bit unsure of being in this environment, so they're a little bit scared. But definitely some beautiful kitties and available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. And our next guest today is the second half of Lucky Duck. This is Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a male neutered. Wanted to mention that both of these cats are declawed, so they came in that way to us, and as part of the show today we're going to do a little demonstration on nail trims and talk a little bit more about declawing. I mention it almost at every single show, but definitely want to provide a little bit more information there. So again, this is Marshmallow, who's just really falling into my hands here and just enjoying this attention. Definitely not as spirited as Lucky Duck, but definitely a sweet kitty, and these guys deserve a home that's going to be nice and safe and secure and not put them in harm's way. Again, so these are the two kitties that came from the home that the gentleman, the owner, was trying to heat up in his basement, and unfortunately he has some very serious life-threatening injuries, and we're very, very fortunate that these two kitties are available here for adoption. We did have a relative of the victim that signed the cats over to us to put them up for adoption based on the circumstances. So what we want to do is to find these guys a home where they're going to be safe and sound and be able to live out the rest of their lives together. So they are a bonded pair, and we want to make sure that they get adopted together where they can be there and comfort each other through the rest of their life and their golden years. So if you're interested in these two beautiful kitties, again, they're a bonded pair. They must be adopted together. Come on down here to the Ames Animal Shelter, and we'd love to introduce you to them and let you meet them and see if they might be a good match for your family. And our next guest today is a repeat guest here available for adoption at the Ames Animal Shelter. This is Baby. You may have seen him on a previous Animals and Ames show. We know we have faithful watchers out there that watch every episode. even if you're not looking for a pet, you want to see what animals are available here at the shelter. So Baby is a beautiful, long-haired, this beautiful white and orange cat. Almost kind of reminds me of a Turkish van a bit. That might be somewhere in his genetic lineup somewhere there, but Baby is male. He has been neutered, and unfortunately he is front declawed. So came in that way to us. And you're going to meet Tommy, who is Baby's best buddy. They are also a bonded pair and must be adopted together. They're actually our longest cat residents right now, so they have been here longer than any other cat that we have here at the shelter, and they're actually very fortunate enough to be in Kitty City, and all of the other cats have been adopted in that room except for these two. So they got that whole room to themselves right now, and we've had a bit of a challenge with Baby being a little stressed in that room, so we've had to really watch his weight. We're weighing him regularly, but I think he's back on track now, but we don't want to stress him out by putting other kitties in that room there in Kitty City with him and Tommy. So they are a bonded pair. Again, they have to be adopted together, but he is just a beautiful cat and just so loving. We have volunteers that come in and he'll sit in their lap for hours at a time, just loving the attention, just loving the petting, and he would stay here all day if I would let him and I had the time to sit here with him and pet him and give him some loving attention. So again, this is Baby, about 8 years old, and a bonded buddy with Tommy, who you're going to meet next. And we're going to do a little demonstration to show you how easy it is to trim the nails. And just remind all of our adopters, if you adopt a cat from us and it has nails, whether it's on the front or the back or both, we provide free nail trims for life for that kitty. You come in whenever it's convenient for you and whenever you want to. So some people come in as soon as they start to get a little bit sharp, or some people wait a little bit longer. So it's entirely up to you when you come in. But Abby's going to help me out, and we're going to give Tommy a nail trim on camera to show you how really simple it is to do that. But wanted to promote these guys again because they are our longest cat residents, and we don't want them to live here in the shelter. We don't want any animals to live here in the shelter. We want them to be in their homes where it's nice and warm and they get to enjoy the rest of their life with a family that's going to love them forever. So if you're interested here in Baby, and you'll meet Tommy next, come on down to the shelter and you can spend some time with them in Kitty City once you complete one of our adoption applications. So here is Tommy. This is Baby's better half, or maybe he feels the other way around. So we're going to show you a quick nail trim here. It's kind of an awkward situation with the cameras and the lights and everything here, but we'll see how well he does for this. And you'll see how quick this goes. And I'm being very careful. And again, we do this all the time, so we're very used to making sure that we're not cutting that little pink area. The nice thing about cats is they all have pink clear nails, sorry, where you can see where that quick is. So that's that little pink part. And if you cut into that, that causes obviously a lot of pain and a lot of bleeding. So I'm being really careful to do that. But you see how quick this is going. Each time you hear a click there, I'm finishing one nail. So we've already got 2 feet done and working on the third here. And you see that Abby's just holding him, and he's a little uncomfortable, but in general, he's doing really well. So we're just going to do this last paw here. She's giving him some loving and attention, and he's really not even paying much attention that I'm cutting his nails here. Sometimes we have to hold them by the back of their skin here on their neck, but sometimes we don't have to worry about it. Now he's just going to hang out there. Again, we usually do this in a different environment and not here on the camera, so it's kind of an awkward situation for him, but he's being a really good boy. And we just got the dew claw over here. Gonna trim this last one, and he is all done. So you can see that was a pretty quick process. And again, any cat that's adopted from us that has nails, we want to make sure that all of our adopters know that we do provide those free nail trims for life. It's our commitment to them to make sure that they're not declawed, that they're never declawed once they leave the animal shelter here. So you see how well he did for that. We have some cats that one person can almost do it on their own because they're just so used to it. But we can also show people how to do that at home themselves too, so they don't have to put them in the carrier, bring them here to the shelter, and use the clippers to trim their nails. They can do it in the comfort of their own home, where it's much less stressful for the animal to come here, the cat to come here to the shelter. So just a quick show there for you, show you guys how easy that is to do that, and we'll be right back for the closing. So you just met Tommy. Again, that's the other half to Baby. And Tommy is, we understand he's about 12 years old, so a little bit older than Baby, who is 8 years old, but still has a lot of life left in him and a lot of energy. And two really just very loving cats. We haven't noticed any negative behaviors whatsoever. They use their litter box really well. They both love attention. Just great cats, and really hope that we can find them a home soon. Again, they're our longest residents here at the shelter. They've been here longer than any other animal. So come on down, take a look at them, see if they're going to fit in with your family. Also wanted to mention that we still have Lila. Lila is the only dog we have available for adoption right now. All the other dogs have been adopted, so she's our longest resident, but the only dog we have available for adoption right now. And she's been featured on a previous show of Animals and Ames. And we do have a few other cats available for adoption too. We've had some tremendous adoptions. And our animal population right now, those animals looking for their forever homes, those numbers are down, which is always a good thing. So if we can get Baby and Tommy adopted, we will definitely reach out to our partner shelters, whether it's the Animal Rescue League of Iowa or the Greenbelt Humane Society, and see if we can get some more cats that deserve and need those loving forever homes and put them in Kitty City, where they can live in a cage-free environment. So keep updated on our Facebook page and also our website, where you can see all of the animals available for adoption. There's a picture of every single animal there, and hopefully information about them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us at the shelter, and we'd be happy to answer any questions and love to introduce you to any of our furry friends that we have available for adoption. Thank you for watching.